Effects of anabolic steroids on male fertility. At some point, we have all come across a commercial advertisement or social media post displaying a brawny figure, usually male, showing off his Herculean stature, like the one seen here on this slide. The appearance of this well-built individual may bring words like macho, masculinity, confidence, strength, power, endurance, and even perfection to the minds of those looking on in admiration and desire to obtain such a well-built physique. In many instances, the desire to transform from a weedy to more burly appearance is not only attained with continuous resistance training and a diet high in protein, but the usage of anabolic androgenic steroids plays a major part in that change. I'm confident that at this point in our careers, we are all familiar with the word testosterone, which is the natural male hormone produced in the testes. Both authentic and synthetic testosterone are combined to create anabolic androgenic steroids, which I will refer to as AAS on some slides later on in this presentation. The Drug Enforcement Administration states anabolic steroids are available as injectable preparations, tablets, and capsules, in gels and creams. Because the word steroids has such a negative stigma attached, many times we forget that steroids can be beneficial and used by clinicians to treat conditions such as reproductive system dysfunction, breast cancer, and anemia. The problem arises when steroids are being abused by consumers wishing to increase muscle mass and enhance performance and strength. These consumers are most frequently men, especially elite athletes and bodybuilders. But over the past few decades, it seems that steroid usage is not only limited to this small population and has shifted to the general public, not only being used by and abused by millions of men worldwide, not only for athletic gain, but personal confidence, and now, because we're living in the era of social media, for likes and views on the most popular social media outlets. Although most anabolic steroids have been deemed as illegal and haven't been approved for use in the United States, consumers still find a way to get their hands on them. The use of the World Wide Web in this process is vital. Unfortunately, steroid suppliers are not educating buyers and rendering life-threatening facts that could pose an unfortunate risk to the users. For example, steroid abusers typically use 10 to 100 times higher the dose used to treat medical conditions. And they also seem to incorporate 2 or more AAS into their regimen. And with the use of steroids, it opens the door for the abuse of other illegal and life-threatening habits. One of the biggest risks that steroid usage for men is the possibility of infertility. Sadly, many men are unaware of this risk, and for those using steroids at a young age, they seem to regret it for this reason alone later on in life. Adverse effects associated with AAS use are dependent on the user's age and sex, as well as the steroid used, the amount, and the duration of use. Negative effects on sperm count or male infertility is amongst the most preventable. When steroids are used by men, their testes seem to shrink, causing sperm production to decrease and lessen their chances of growing a family in the future. So it is imperative that men fully understand the negative side effects associated with AA use and the dangers they pose on fertility. Having an understanding of these drugs and the dangers that they do pose on both their sperm production and sperm count, it can make a life-changing difference when men are considering using AAS at some point in their lives. Steroid facts in conclusion. So, as I covered, steroids are being used by an unknown amount of men worldwide. Not only just bodybuilders and athletes and, those who seem to do a certain sport, or they, fitness trainers, but they're now being used by everyone, all men of all different ages. And it's most scary when they are young men because they do pose lifelong risk. Male infertility with steroid use is the most preventable. So it's important that men are educated on this usage and they are aware of the dangers that these drugs do pose. The unfortunate lack of awareness causes a lot of men to become infertile and because of their steroid use. The risks and side effects can be permanent and even life-threatening. Steroids are taken now not only to increase body and muscle strength, but now they're used to build self-esteem, and people like to look good in their selfies. Along with a well-constructed diet and exercise regimen, and give with anabolic steroids, it gives countless men quick results. And we live in a world where everything quickly is great. So why not? No one wants to go to the gym after work. It's just easier that way. But unfortunately, they do pose a lot of risk that most people are not aware of, and that is unfortunate. So because of that, education is key. It's important that men are educated and they fully understand and have a full understanding of the risks that come with the use of anabolic androgenic steroids, especially something like fertility, which can be prevented. And hopefully, with education and preventative education, it will help. Thank you.